Yo, welcome back to Bigano Vlogs. This is part 2 of the sportsfield rebuild. If you haven't watched part 1, go back, watch that. I'll put the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and also smash that like button. Throughout part 1, we saw the beginning of the process of this sportsfield getting rebuilt. As you can see behind me here, the top of the grass got stripped off. About 40 millimeters of the top of the grass got stripped off. And then once that was completed over the 3 days, they started blecking the field, which is cultivating the soil. So the bleck machine goes down about 250 mil, digs down, spins and rotates over the soil, so it's a lot looser and a lot cleaner instead of the stuff that's on top, a little bit compacted, a little bit thatchy. So once that's completed, they'll finish that all today, tomorrow. They've done about sort of a third of the ground, I want to say, over the last, well, half a day really yesterday. So they'll finish that today and maybe a little bit tomorrow. But while they're doing that today, the guy's also coming in with like a grader, a blade, to level out all the soil that's on top and push around any high spots, move the soil around to get the perfect shape on the ground. It's going to be from the center wicket table cambering down, so it's a nice level surface with a slight camber. I think the minimum required for a sports field of this magnitude is 0.8 meters of fall. So the water runs from the center off to the boundary, and then that'll probably all happen in this video. It's only Thursday today, the 24th, I want to say, of November. So this video will be today and tomorrow, and then coming back on Monday will be the start of the irrigation going in to the outfield. So let's get into it. Most of the time when you do a rebuild like this, they'll do this sort of stuff, but they'll usually bring in a batch of like fresh washed sand or something like that to help with drainage. We've got the soil here, it's not too bad of quality, it's pretty free draining stuff anyway, so they're not going to bother bringing in new sand or soil to mix in with this stuff, except for with the drain lines. When the drainage goes in, 5 meter spacings across the field on diagonal, that's going to go to a pit just here. Once they put the drainage in, it'll be probably gravel, drainage, gravel, and then some wash sand on top to help the water really fall through to get to the drain lines, and then the turf back on top, and we should be sweet. Alright, so a little recap from day 4. The rest of the blecking of the field was completed, so cultivating, turning over the top 250 mil of soil to loosen it up and provide a nice loose sort of fresh base for the turf that is going to be going on top at the end of the process. Following the blecking, the laser level guy came out with his GPS programmed sort of laser grader, big thing on the tractor that you saw, the yellow machine, and he basically just pushed around some soil on the field. One side of the field was far too high compared to the rest of the field, so they took off about 150 mil of soil there and spread that like 150 mil deep. I can't remember the exact amount of cube. It was like 100 cube of soil that had to be moved from one pocket throughout the rest of the ground to make sure the whole ground had a nice level contour throughout the entire field, from the middle of the wicket table it needed a fall through each corner of the table to have the same level of fall across the entire field. So that was completed. It's actually the morning of day 5 right now. I forgot to film this little recap last night. So it's the morning of day 5, November the 25th. Today's plan, I'm pretty sure, is just to continue pushing around that soil and making sure the field is completely level and the heights and the design is all up to scratch for what they had planned. And then basically, so it's ready for the irrigation to start going in on Monday. So let's get back to the video, baby. All right, so I'm back at work now. It's about 5 to 7 in the morning on day 5. This is the first time I've seen it since yesterday at about 2 o'clock. So it's looking good. It's starting to take shape. I mean, on camera it just looks like dirt, I guess. You can't really tell. One of the blokes is over there on a little backhoe, just on the boundary line, getting it all nice and carved out and level. So the wicket table, I need to water that. I left the sprinklers next to the wicket table in because I wanted to use the irrigation to water it, but I came past last night and tried to turn it on and they do not work because some of the wiring has been ripped out by the bleck. So I'm going to have to take a hose out there and hand water that now. Let's get it. Righto, so that's it from day 4 and day 5 of the sportsfield rebuild. Yesterday they just started they continued the blecking and started the grading process. Today the guys are just out here finishing grading, giving it a final cut. I think it's like 3 o'clock now, so he's probably going to do it for another hour or so, or he even said he might come in tomorrow and just finish it off, so then Monday can start the irrigation process. And yeah, I guess we'll see where it goes from there, but it's definitely starting to come together now. It's looking good, it's all level. They've taken off so much from one end and shifted it around the rest of the ground to give it a nice good contour. But yeah, and don't forget to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content on this rebuild, along with a few other videos that I will be posting in the future. And yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.